Hey guys, my name is well, I was trying to figure out a new name for me anyway, but welcome. My name stays as a mystery right now since we don't know what we're gonna change our name to yet. Um, welcome to my channel. Currently, gonna get some updates in a little bit for y'all. So if you're new, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, and before we get into this, if you want to shout out in in the next video I do, please comment the word hashtag love is equal, and I'll pick one of y'all to be shouted out. Now, some updates. I'm transferring from paranormal to more of like the unknown stuff, like mysteries, like talking about stuff like Mothman and urban legends and stuff like that, and also paranormal hunting at the same time. Everything combined in one with mystery of the unknown, mystery of ghosts, spirits. You know, I shaved my head because my hair was uneven. So now I gotta wait till it grows back, but it's gonna bug me. Um, Today I kind of want to dive into the Mothman history, and for what I know is what we're gonna get up because apparently there is some stuff that needs to be debunked from the golden days. So I'm gonna see if I can get the video up talking about Mothman, so that way I can just dive straight into talking about it afterwards. Or actually, it can be we can skip the Mothman and go straight to um talking about it. But if you give me a minute, um so what we're gonna talk about here is Mothman's history. And I'm gonna get it pulled up because why not? Also for thank you for anybody that's has been thank you guys for the people who have been watching for a while. Um, as you can tell, I am still a little new to this and everything. And yeah, so if anybody got ideas on names I could go by because we're trying to change something more to a Twilight kind of themed and something that will match with the name with the middle and last name of Rose Hope. So we're trying to find something more Twilight themed, but you know, it is what it is, you know. Let me get ready for let me get ready to start talking about Mothman. But this is before we dive into that. Um, Anybody got questions, concerns, kind of any topic you want to talk about for the next kind of thing? Because next we're probably gonna either dive into Siren Head or probably, you know, either Siren Head we're gonna talk about or we're gonna talk about Slenderman. And one of those are gonna be fun and interesting to talk about because yeah, it's a doozy, you know. Um, so Mothman. Mothman was originally seen in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, in November 15th, 1966, to December 15th of 1967. So I bet most of you have heard the story of the bridge and all of that with Mothman. I would like to tell you that Mothman did not destroy the bridge. Mothman was just trying to warn the people that the bridge was collapsing. So Mothman is a bit innocent. Mothman's not really. Mothman just tries to warn people about what's going to happen. Mothman's like a protector. No, he's an urgent. He's a cryptid, but he's more of a protector. So, hi, welcome in. He's a protector. Mothman's a protector. What about Mothman? For you guys that do not know about Mothman, the original sightings was described. Avian features. The first newspaper reported was published in Point Pleasant Register, data dated November 16th, 1966. A couple, which is on my dad's side of the family, the Scarberry family, those two couples were the one that saw Mothman. So I want to talk about that. The couples saw him as a man-sized bird, but decided to call him Mothman. Mothman will go all the way way back. So, a little bit of the thing is, Mothman really ain't that bad. He's more of a protector because Mothman was trying to warn people about the bridge collapsing and also is just trying to protect people. Mothman really not that bad. I tend to let's say tend to fund about eventually going to find Mothman. Mothman was told to really be this type of creature that was attacking people. That is probably not true. Mothman is just there to protect people. So I'm going to try to pull up a video. I'm going to see if I can find the Mothman thing. There's so many people out there to make Mothman bad, but that's not true. I don't want nothing to. So I'm gonna share that.
Where you headed? Can we come with?
I'm actually running a little late.
I'm making sure
Is
it's
it
not
shoes
too loud.
first or is it finishing touch?
Rain on the ad,
Whoa, you got a lot of sneakers there.
and you'll get some information on Mothman.
Now, improvised search parties are attempting to find it. Just what it is, no one is sure.
And then when it came up over the trees, I could see it was a bird, a huge bird.
We couldn't believe what we really saw. And this thing was standing there, but it had a body just like a man. You could see muscles in its legs. We sit there for a minute and looked at each other, and then we took off.
It's been almost 50 years since the first sighting of the so-called Mothman. But what was it? Just an urban legend, or is there really some truth in the bizarre encounters with this bird-like creature? The first recorded sighting of it was on November the 12th, 1966, when 5 grave diggers working near Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a small town with a very tight-knit community, claimed to have seen a man-like figure with huge bat wings fly down from nearby trees, straight over their heads. Then, just a few days later, on November the 15th, Roger Scarberry, his wife, and 3 other people ran terrified into the Mason County Courthouse and reported that they had witnessed a 7-foot creature with glowing red eyes and huge wings. At first they thought the red eyes were car lights, but when they realized it was in fact a creature, they sped off very quickly, with everyone in the car later reporting that the creature followed them closely but flew off into the night sky as they approached the courthouse. Deputy Millard Halstead, who had been on duty the night of the incident, said he was convinced the people were not lying. Everyone knew everyone in the community, and he knew the people had never been in any trouble before. All 5 of them gave exactly the same account of what they had seen, even though they were interviewed in separate rooms, and the deputy said the terror in their eyes was very real, and that he was convinced they were not lying and did see something that followed them. The incident was taken so seriously that the deputy went with Scarberry back to the site near the McClinton Wildlife Management area where the creature had first been spotted, and although nothing was found, it wasn't long before this sighting and the Gravediggers sighting got around and frightened the locals. In fear that this creature was roaming nearby, the townspeople took up arms and started combing the area to try and track down and kill it, but their efforts were futile and nothing was found. Not long after, Marcella Bennett, who was completely unaware of the sightings, was visiting a friend who lived close to the wildlife area. As she left the house to walk to her car, she was confronted by a large grey, human-like creature that had giant wings and glowing red eyes. Marcella was so terrified she said she dropped her infant daughter and then fell on top of her to protect her from whatever this thing was. Marcella stayed like this for several minutes and was paralyzed with fear. She said she then stared into the glowing red eyes of the Mothman and was eventually able to get up and run back to the house with her daughter, where the police were quickly called. Her friends also witnessed this creature as it reportedly walked up to the porch of the house trying to peer in, but disappeared as police approached. Throughout the year, many more locals came forward with similar sightings, some saying that they had kept quiet about their encounter for fear they would not be believed. To the locals and everyone else, it was becoming clear that the Mothman was not a figment of imagination, but could in fact be real. All the witnesses described the exact same creature, with its dark human-like face, glowing red eyes, a huge wingspan, and also the strange way it took off. There was no flapping of wings, just a vertical takeoff from the ground as if it was jumping into the sky. There have of course been many theories on what the creature could have been, ranging from an alien to a mutant sandhill crane. John Keel, who was a famous journalist, ufologist, and author of the Mothman Prophecies, even said that he thought a few reports could have just been flying owls. The mutant sandhill crane idea came from the fact that near the location at which Roger Scarberry and the passengers in his car claimed to have spotted the Mothman was called the TNT area, which during World War II was used as a devoted area for ammunition manufacturing. While on that site are bunkers that were discovered to be leaking toxic waste into the nearby wildlife preserve. Now, many people think the Mothman could have been a mutated sandhill crane or other similar animal. But probably the most believed theory is that the Mothman was some kind of prophetic creature who had come to warn the people of Point Pleasant of an impending tragedy. This theory was brought about when on December the 15th, 1967, just over a year since the first sighting, the Silver Bridge, a steel bridge connecting the states of Ohio and West Virginia, and the main route into the town of Point Pleasant, mysteriously collapsed. The accident took the lives of 46 people, 2 of which were never found, and on the day of the disaster, people witnessed something stood on top of the bridge. Many think that this is the Mothman, and it showed itself to warn the townspeople of the imminent disaster, or that it was responsible for the collapse of the bridge. After the bridge collapsed, the Mothman sightings completely stopped and it has never been seen again. Despite the tragedy, the town of Point Pleasant have kept this legend alive now more so than ever, and the town attracts hundreds of tourists every year who have an interest in the Mothman. It even held its first Mothman Festival in 2002 that continues on the 3rd weekend of every September, has unveiled a 12-foot metallic statue of the creature, and in 2002 opened a Mothman Museum and Research Center. Along with the films, books, stories, and documentaries, the Mothman legend will continue to live on and leave us wondering what exactly did the people of Point Pleasant witness during the 1960s. So that's it for this short documentary. I hope you've enjoyed, and let me know what you think the Mothman could have been.
So going back to that, Mothman is really just a creature that's just trying to warn people when something bad is about to happen. And about what they said, it was probably the toxic waste that created Mothman. Because I have a theory that Mothman was just really human, but ended up with the toxic waste and mixing up with a different creature, kind of created Mothman. And whoever that person was a cautious person who knows when stuff like karma and stuff like that is gonna happen. Give a shout out to my dad for giving me this idea. Because after talking to him about Mothman, I figured about eventually I'll talk about him on here. So if anybody knows, Mothman really is just the one who's trying to protect people. Because Mothman doesn't want people getting hurt, and Mothman was only on the bridge because he's trying to warn people that it was about to go down. My theory about the bridge is that it was getting old and rusted, and that it was deteriorating itself because it wasn't really made good. And he just stood up there to want to, so people can know that it was not safe. So like I said earlier, next video I do, which will be Thursday or Friday, this Friday. I'm trying to go live twice a week now. We're either gonna talk about Slenderman or Siren Head. Yay, Siren Head. Pretty much, yeah. Siren Head. So, eventually I'm going to do Q&As. And figure out where to go from there. I'm currently going to make a Discord server for my viewers and subscribers to join, and for YouTube video ideas and stuff like that. I'm doing stuff on mysteries, like a whole bunch of paranormal stuff, and talk about the mysterious unknown of urban legends, myths, stuff like that. This is only 24 minutes in. I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture of Mothman for those who don't know what Mothman looks like. Because, well, some people just don't know what Mothman looks like. There's a whole bunch of pictures out there. It's cute and curly, though. Yeah, some of them are cute. Especially this one. Now, eventually we're going to start making, we'll start making like stickers or patches to sell or blankets. Now, with that, the blankets. Our first design we're going to be making is, of course, Mothman. Because, like, why not? And it might be good to do some Mothman stuff. We might also try to do. We also might try to make some Mothman hats and Mothman stuff. Try to sell. So people usually see Mothman scary. People think that's Mothman. Nobody's really had a good picture of Mothman. But I think eventually we can try to find Mothman. Also, we're gonna try to design some Mothman clothing designs, stuff like that, in the future once we can. I'm gonna see if I can have somebody I know that can draw to like help design like logos and stuff like that for Mothman, so we can sell some of that and see where we go. But if anybody has ideas, just let me know. And for when we do start selling this stuff, half of it is going to donations, and half of it is to be able to go to more stuff for the stuff to make the stuff with, to get more items made. I think we can try to make a speaking of which, some more information about Mothman I can let you know. I am planning a trip to Virginia one day, to Point Pleasant, to go see if I can find this Mothman. But I think Mothman is just once human, an animal that got mixed up in a toxic waste. So there's also Mothman movies and Mothman stuff. The Silver Bridge collapsed in December 15th of 1967. And here's the original sightings for Mothman. The first one was November 12th, 1966. Clendenin, WV, West Virginia. 5 grave diggers digging a grave reported a brownish human-like shaped figure flying low from trees overhead. That was the first sighting. Here's the second sighting. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. My family side. My dad's side of the family. Or 2 people, my dad's family side, was the one that witnessed the Mothman on this one. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, November 15th, 1966. 2 young couples driving near an abandoned World War II TNT factory counted a 7-foot-tall ringed figure. The creature reported chased their car at speed exceeding 100 miles per hour. This Mothman is most likely in the area of the factory, and I plan on going to find him once I get the money to get a car and go find him. See if I can find him. Third sighting was at the Silver Bridge collapse, December 15th, 1967. So we're going to say also at the same time, here's the thing. Sightings of the creature peaked following the tragic collapse at Point Pleasant Silver Bridge, which killed 46 people. As witnesses claimed to see the creature near the bridge beforehand, it gained a reputation as a harbinger of doom. But that is incorrect. Mothman's just trying to protect people. Mothman probably chased the people from Point Pleasant because it was trying to keep them away from the factory, because there was probably something going on there. The bridge, Mothman was there to warn people that was collapsing because it was degenerating. And the gravediggers, Mothman was probably just chasing them off. Or they were getting too close to something that did not need to be found. I believe that Mothman is innocent. Also, for you guys who may know, see what I can do here. Mothman is just I want to say just a warner to warning people when stuff doesn't go right. Mothman is trying to protect people because of what has been happening. So going with that, Mothman is just trying to protect people, not trying to attack people. Mothman is a bit mysterious. Yes. Although we want to go look back and see who went missing before Mothman decided to show up. Who went missing around the area of the factory or the war area? That's most likely where Mothman was created. How? We ignore that. Mothman was really just trying to warn people. Also, saying about that, if anybody wants ideas, like want to go with us to find Mothman, we're gonna have to come up with the funds to do it, so we could all go see Mothman. I just gotta work on getting me a car and gas money so I can go to Virginia to go see Mothman in person. And yeah, anybody got any questions, concerns, anything like that? Probably not. If you do, comment. For those who are joining, I have an Instagram account that people are gonna follow now. That I'm gonna show you in a minute because I have to update it. But it's gonna be the same name as on here in the picture. It's gonna be the Mystery Finder 21, which is in picture, and that'll be so I can get some ideas from people. I'm gonna post stuff on there to give people some ideas. Oh God. Okay, yeah. This is what it looks like for those who don't know. Here you got a few. About the Mothman. Right now it's a trip, but we gotta plan it. So whether we take the bus or an actual car, all depends. We gotta get a car first. We'll find somebody nearby that has a car that will go with us, and we can all just pay for gas and all that to go find Mothman. And go from there. Yeah. So ideas is we're gonna see if I can get a we're gonna see if I can start up the making of creating some Mothman stuff, like Mothman hats, Mothman badges, patches, stuff like that. Probably also gonna design some Mothman stuff or do huge stuff on it as well. Just some ideas. So yeah. So yeah, there's that. Eventually we'll get to making like more mythical creatures on there. But right now we're gonna try to work on creating Mothman stuff to sell for y'all. So yeah, we're gonna go from there. Oh, also here's some updates. I plan on either doing, like I said, I'm gonna either do the two I mentioned earlier. I could do both. We're gonna have to get all my information before then. Or I could just do one. So that's about what I got. If anybody got any ideas on like more mythical creatures or stuff like that I should do, let me know in the comments or on my Instagram, and just let me know. It'll be cool. But eventually I'm thinking about making like some epic pictures of Mothman and doing some like cute little background checks and all that on it, and then go from there. My profile picture, AI background picture is me, but the rest is just AI because right now I don't have paranormal stuff and I need something spooky. I'm still trying to work on figuring out a good profile picture, but for now, it'll be this one, and we'll go from there. So with that being said, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for joining, everybody, and have a good evening, good night, whatever time zone you're in. Stay safe. If you can find my Instagram, and I will post some pictures later this evening. And for those who looks at it, please give me a hashtag Mothman is alive. And I'm gonna pick one of y'all to probably get something special from us or a shout out. You know what I can do. But I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for joining, everybody. One more thing. Don't forget, we're trying to find a new name for us that would go along with Rose and Hope, more Twilight themed and more special. But hope everybody had a good evening. Enjoyed this video, and we'll get back to you Thursday, probably around 5 o'clock or 4. Thank you. Enjoy your day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is for you guys. Thank you, and have a nice day.